Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. So I'm reading for Pisces today. Finally, you've had to wait such a long time for this reading, but it's here. So I am getting something about waiting, which I'll come back to over here as well. Some of you, if I run through the intuitive messages, some of you, there could be something about tulips or Amsterdam or the Netherlands. Not for all of you, obviously, for some of you. There's this thing coming through. It's come through a few different ways, but in meditation I was listening to the sounds of like UK coastal waters in this meditation, and then all of a sudden it was like this visual of this big ship coming towards me, and it was a big golden ship. So it kind of, I can't really describe what it was like. It was like a big sailboat with very tall sides, or a small pirate ship is the way I'd describe it. It was like a medium-sized ship, but it was like open like a sailboat would be, and it was like golden, and it had a big white sail, just one big white sail. So this golden ship suddenly was coming towards me, like it was going to go past me, and it was going to pick me up, and I had to like get on the golden ship. So the golden ship, it's making me think of Aqua's reading, because Aquarius had this thing about like a plan coming together, like all the components coming together, and it being like a jigsaw puzzle, right? And then everything's slotted together perfectly. So this idea of like a project that's going to be perfect is like, it's the golden ship is the way it's coming through for some of you. For others of you, it's like some kind of opportunity, like a golden opportunity, especially because you've got the golden egg here. It's really interesting. I'm getting a little bit of Aquarius in there just because of the whole golden ship thing. Like they were doing this project, and it was like the project was going to be perfect. But also a little bit of Cappy, because the golden ship was giving me the Golden Hind. Now, if you know the Golden Hind, it was the ship that Sir Francis Drake used to famously use against like the Spanish Armada, I believe, if Grandad's to be believed. George is in the background again, just to kind of like say that
Hi.
yeah, if you hear like clicking noises, that's Georgia in the background. So the Golden Hind, the reason why I'm saying Capricorn, and I didn't realise this in Cappy's reading, and I'm absolutely kicking myself. Capricorn, and again, I don't know if you've got Capricorn in your chart, or if you're dealing with a Capricorn, or if there's a Capricorn cross watcher, but Cappy, Aquarius, Pisces, you always seem to have a little bit of they're telling me quid pro quo, like a tie-in together. So Capricorn always gets deers. Ever since they went through this phase where there's this specific deer card that was like haunting them, and it would come out every single time I even thought about Capricorn energy. They used to get this deer that was like, take the lead. And then they had this reading, I think the last reading that I did for them before this set, it was like they were being haunted by it was like they'd been haunted by the spirit of a deer that they'd hunted as part of a hunting party when they were younger, but it was now coming through like the Patronus. And if you think about Harry Potter and the Patronus, right, the golden stag, right, the golden deer, the golden stag, the golden hind, it's like it's coming through like a spirit guardian or a spirit animal of Capricorn. So in Capricorn's, I don't know why I'm talking about this now in your reading, but there's always a point to everything. So there's some reason why you need to know this. I don't know, maybe it's going to come up for you in the future. But this golden stag, right, the golden hind, it was in Capricorn's reading. They had the deer on this side and the elk on this side, and I can't believe I didn't make that connection at the time in the reading. And now they're drawing me to this blimey squirrel card that I forgot to show at the end of Aquarius's reading. So talking about being haunted by certain cards, I'm just going to find the squirrel card and show you what I mean, because, and again, I feel like I owe you an explanation, Pisces, about where your readings have been, because I went for a whole week without readings, and I swear to God it's Capricorns that are doing this to everybody. Because like if you look at Santaro as well, she had like almost a 2-week break before doing Capricorn's reading. It's like there's some kind of blockage or something where like Capricorn energy itself is causing delays or something like this. Because it's even happened to Awakening to Spirit as well, where she said, if you watch her Capricorn video this week, she sits there and she says, I tried to record this 3 times and the message would not come through. So I don't know what that is. Normally when a message doesn't come through, it's because the sign itself needs to use their own guidance and trust their own intuition. But I don't know, it's driving me crazy. But that week where I couldn't put readings up, it was like I was being haunted by this really overwhelming energy. It was coming through too much, and I was like, I can't do these readings, I can't put these readings up. And this squirrel card kept on coming out, like, and I was seeing like acorns everywhere, basically, like even to the point where my son came home from school and he'd been collecting. I mean, they look weird. He took like the little hats off them and like washed them. I just heard him in the bathroom and I was like, what are you doing? He was like, I'm washing my nuts. So like to the point where not only was this card coming out constantly, like that bloody Take the Lead card with the stag on it, and now like acorns are everywhere. It's crazy. So believe in yourself is the message of this, if that is resonating whatsoever. If you're seeing squirrels, if you're seeing acorns, like even just before, about within the last hour, my daughter was talking about squirrels in the garden. Like, just, it's so weird how energy just haunts you sometimes. So why am I telling you all this? To explain why, I don't know, it's like maybe like holding something back, which is over on this side, holding something back, and the energy, like the hummingbird always talks to me about potential energy. So this is a little spread that I did this morning off camera to ask more about the golden hind and the golden ship. And you can see it's actually come out with the golden egg, which is mental. Again, like the confirmation is crazy. So the hummingbird over here talks to me about potential energy. So if you imagine a slingshot, right? Pulling it back, holding it as, what is it, like kinetic energy? Or Georgia probably knows.
Huh?
When you say you're doing like a slingshot, right?
Yeah.
That energy that's being held, is that, what kind of energy is that? Tension energy. Just tension. I don't know.
I should know this. I'm really good at science, so don't know why I forgot.
I'm saying like kinetic energy, but I don't know.
That's like when you push something.
Right, okay. I don't know what it is. Physics. So some of you might be screaming at this. I'm not Googling anymore. Elvis Presley freaked me out the other day. So I don't know if you can hear her in the background. I'm not talking to myself, I'm talking to my daughter. So
Or are you?
or am I? Are we all hearing things? The hummingbird is potential energy, right? So it's like energy that is waiting to be released. And if you think about how the hummingbird spends a lot of energy, but they're in one spot, right? They don't move, they hover. And then interesting with the temperance card in the reverse as well, it's almost like this energy that's gathering. It feels impatient, it feels like it just wants to go. The hummingbird as well is a really positive omen of like potential good things that are coming, something that's manifesting. So this thing about something that's manifesting, but like slow movement as well. And like the whale is like a big secret coming out. Swan card showing the eagle card. I don't know if any of those mean anything to you. The whale card is like deep emotions. And then there's this like, it's coming through almost like this fear of a missed opportunity. Yeah, look at that as well there. Fear of an ending, fear of a missed opportunity. Like fear, it's like fear of missing the boat is the way it's coming through, because it's so slow moving, right? It's like the gears are grinding so slowly. But then it's coming through really excited to come over here to this golden egg. So, bless you. we Googled this morning. Again, anything that happens in a reading is part of the reading. It could be a message for somebody. We were talking this morning about sneezes. Georgia said, what do you say when you yawn? Because like do I need to pause?
No, I'm fine.
Because when you yawn, it's like if you say excuse you, it sounds like you're being kind of rude. So it's like, well, what do you say? And I was talking about how when, like the old-fashioned superstitions around when you sneeze. So I've heard different things. One is like when you sneeze, it's like spirits can get into your body, so you say bless you, so the spirit can't enter your body. Or when we Googled it, it was like your spirit leaves, like your soul leaves your body for a second when you sneeze, so you say bless you to make sure it's like goes back in. And then there's this thing about like the plague as well, like you say bless you to like obviously prevent the spread of things like COVID, monkeypox, all those scary things. So again, I don't know if that has any meaning to any of you, but throwing it out there. Why is this reading so crazy? I don't know. I'm so sorry, Pisces, because it's like you've waited so long for it, and I'm just coming through with this like bonkers energy. But again, it's like this excited energy. It's like this excitement that's being contained, right? This excitement that's being like suppressed. And it's like it wants to go over here because here's the golden egg, right? Here's the opportunity, and it's something tangible and real. So where this is something that's like manifesting energy, or like containing energy, the golden egg is like real and tangible. It's right there. Like it's like the ship is there in front of you. Are you going to get on the ship? So there's other eggs as well. There's like the cosmic egg, which is something that's manifesting, but the golden egg is like almost like the Ace of Pentacles, right? It's tangible, it's real. It's clarified by the Empress and this King of Wands and Two of Wands. So I don't know if it's some sort of choice, but the way it's come out like this, it's not showing me. If it was like that, I'd be like, it's a choice between an Empress and a King of Wands. But here it's like, it's almost like the decision is on one side. Like, so what's the other option? Like maybe there is no other option. I don't know, but these two energies are very, very magnetic. So again, it could be like the Hummingbird who's coming through with the Queen of Pentacles energy. So we've got, this is Capricorn, this is Leo, and this is Libra, Taurus energy. It doesn't have to be those signs. This is Sagittarius in reverse, Virgo. It doesn't really matter about the star sign so much as the energy that it represents. So, the Empress is somebody who is up on a pedestal, right? It's like they're saying I'm every woman, which is what came through for Capricorn's reading for Awakening to Spirit. She is every woman, right? She's all four queens of the tarot. She's kind of capable of all the different things. So not only is she the Queen of Pentacles, she's also the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords. She communicates, she has strong boundaries, but she's nurturing, she's a provider, she gives, but she knows her own worth. So it's really somebody who's like the top of the game, at least in that moment. And when people are like that, when people are very confident, it is very magnetic energy. It draws things to them. Like in the meditation where I was sat on the beach and the waves were rolling in towards me and they brought in this golden ship. So it's like when you're in that energy, the golden eggs, they come to you, right? If you think about Game of Thrones, Daenerys, she was given the dragon's eggs. So the King of Wands on this side, it seems to be an aspect of the same energy, and the King of Wands is incredibly compelling. They are, again, I don't know if it's this side or that side or both, but the King of Wands is like magnetic. They are a natural leader, they're desirable, people gravitate towards them because they're so passionate about what they do, but they've got a huge amount of self-control, right? They've been the Knight of Wands, they've done the whole running around making mistakes thing, and now they're quite sure about what they want, and when they want something, they put all the passion into it, right? Very, very determined and focused to achieve what they want to achieve. So yeah, this person absolutely, or this energy, absolutely compelling, absolutely magnetic. Showing up as this golden egg, it's like almost like no choice, like you don't want to miss this opportunity or something like this. Or are you going to have it all, or are you going to have the missed opportunity, right? Like with this Four of Cups here and stuff as well, it's like almost somebody who's like, I don't want to miss this, right? Missing out on this is not an option, is the way it's coming through, because it's like everything you could want, right? It's like a gift. And then it's also coming through this owl, which again is Libra Scorpio for me. The owl represents kind of the high priestess for me in the tarot, which is Scorpio energy, but also kind of like the justice card a little bit if you think about like Athena in classical culture. So that's why it gives me those two energies. So it's a very knowing energy. It's a very knowing energy without necessarily speaking. So I do feel like there is something being held back, perhaps on both sides. Like something contained, something that's known but not said. And then it's coming through with literally the card about watching your ship, watching and waiting for your ships to come in, right? It's like, where is the golden ship? I don't want these steamboats, I want my golden ship, I want the golden hind, right? So knowing that it's coming in, making a decision, because again, these energies here, the King of Wands and the Empress, very, very sure about themselves, especially the King of Wands. The King of Wands knows what they want, right? They've made up their mind, and there's no question about it with the King of Wands, like they know. And then the Two of Wands is like, again, it's like, I've made my, there is a decision here, but I haven't made my decision. The Three of Wands is the decision has been made. And then waiting for the golden egg to show up on the horizon, right? Waiting for the golden hind patronus to come in with the signal, like that the golden ship is coming in some sort of way. They're giving me White Cliffs of Dover, which is interesting. Again, I was talking about the UK coast. So incredibly fascinating cards that are already on the table, and I haven't even actually pulled any cards for you yet, Pisces, so excited to see where this goes. Just before I continue, I had a song in my head, kind of just as I was going about my day today. I realised that I had Bros by Wolf Alice in my head. Shake your head, have some fun, forget your brothers and past lovers, forget everyone. We'll stick it out together like we always do. If you haven't watched the video to that song, Bros by Wolf Alice, incredibly cute video. Definitely go and watch it. Really talks to me about like childhood friends and things like that. I'm getting full body goosebumps. And as I got this song in my head, I looked at my phone to make the note that I had, because I always make notes if I channel something, I make a note on my phone. And as I turned my phone on, it was 11:11. So watch out for 11:11. Could be a signal for you, especially whatever you're thinking about when you see that number. Or just repeating number ones, right? And then with your cards here, which is the Moon and the Page of Cups, which are Pisces cards for me in the tarot, I was drawn to the dog. Now, you did say, didn't you, Georgia, like, would you like the dog to be in the reading? Do you want to come and show
Mayhaps.
your puppy? It's huge, guys. So she went out today. She bought this toy husky. So this is reminding me.
My boy.
Yeah, my boy.
This is where her money goes.
So she's got
His
this
name is Bo.
massive
He's a
toy
big boy.
husky, and so. Thank you for the
No
demonstration. So as we were walking home with it through the town centre, she was sort of carrying it, because it's so big, right? She was carrying it like a puppy, like a baby, with its paws over her shoulder, like holding it by the bum, like against her chest. So like how you'd carry a baby. And all of these people were like looking at her, like little kids being like, I want to stroke the dog. And they were thinking it was a real puppy. You know, some of them were doing a double take and things. So just with the way she was carrying it, and she kind of had the face over the shoulder, so people could just see the back. And it did just look like she was carrying a puppy. So this thing about the blurring the lines between fantasy and reality, or because this is literally what the Page of Cups means. The Page of Cups has a literal meaning of, I mean, it can mean things like an apology. And look as well, he stood on the shoreline. That is what I was seeing in my vision. It's like I was seeing, it was almost like a mix of these two cards in that visualization. Yeah, the Page of Cups, it's like Pisces on its own. Again, you may have like really practical, you may be like Pisces sun, and the rest of your chart is all earth, right? But the Pisces energy by itself is a energy that doesn't really live in reality. It's a dreamer. It's somebody who, you know, their reality is a little bit magical. Their reality is a little bit different from everybody else's reality. It's like, why, you know, it's like to a child, that toy puppy might be a real puppy because of their imagination, because that's the world that they've created for themselves. And there's a beauty in that. And it's like a powerful manifestation tool. So there's this big message coming through about illusion becoming reality. It's like the impossible becoming possible. Again, this thing about missed opportunity is really interesting. Also, she's very gold as well. The Queen of Pentacles is like the most golden Queen of Pentacles out of all the decks. So I don't know. I don't know what we're going to get when I start to actually pull cards for you on camera. Like, we could get a confirmation of that message. We could get something completely different. Interesting. So these are like my mini decks. These are the decks that I kind of I play around with off camera. They're kind of like little, I don't know, knockoff versions of the real decks, which I have bought actually. You can see I've got them up here. These are the real deal. But again, what's real and what's not real? Like, those cards work just as effectively as the real cards. I'm not saying anyone should go and buy knockoffs. I think, you know, the artists and the creators of the decks deserve to get the money for their creations, and you know, but so I do recommend you go and buy the real decks, because they're much better quality and things anyway. But having accidentally bought those decks, you know, being a little bit deceived and getting the wrong decks, thinking I was getting a bargain and realizing that actually no, they're not the real decks. I have gone out later and bought the real decks, so I just kind of use those as like my scruffy decks, right? If I'm going out to the pub or something, I'll take those decks with me. Again, anything that comes out in the reading is part of the reading. There could be a message in that for someone. Just going to adjust the camera slightly and lift it up a bit, get a bit more of an overview. There we go. So I cannot shut up. I feel like my Pisces friend that I work with is going to be like, yeah, yeah, she doesn't shut up. This is what she's always like. I think you bring it out of me, to be honest, Pisces. Like, make me spill all my secrets. just have to look at me and I'm like, I will tell you the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. Right, Pisces. Situation for Pisces. What's going on for Pisces? Truth be told. I love it. I literally just said the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God. Capricorn also got this card. Again, told you there was some sort of tie-in with them. There's some kind of change happening. It's very much open heart, free. Like, if you imagine like that open window being like free-flowing energy, right? Like the breeziness of an air sign. So air signs were represented by the swords in the tarot. Again, maybe this is your Mercury placement or your Venus placement. You could have an air sign placement, but it's like open communication, right? Like just being able to say whatever you want to say and being very truthful with it. Aquarius is a little bit more cards close to the chest because they're the King of Swords. So they're a little bit more strategic with what they say. They put a little bit more thought into what they're saying, where like Libra can be very diplomatic. Gemini just blurts everything out. So I don't know, maybe you're dealing with an air sign. It's like masks are off, all bets are off, it's all coming out. It's like, now it's time to say everything. Now it's time to speak your truth. Those deep whales that you've been keeping, like again, Awakening to Spirit had whales. She saw like a whale cloud, if you want to go and watch that reading. If that's resonating for you in any sort of way. They're my favourite readers. I really like Sand Tarot, Awakening to Spirit, MN Tarot at the moment, Egyptian Intuition Tarot, Nicholas Ashbal, just if anyone's looking for more readers. The Diamond in the Vault as well. Sorry, Nicholas Ashbal's making me think about this. Getting very, very similar things. It's really interesting when I'm channeling something and I know I'm legitimately channeling it as a unique idea or like a vision or whatever that I'm getting, and then the other readers that I really respect are channeling the same thing. So I always get diamonds for Libra, and then Nicholas Ashbal's Libra reading was diamonds, and then getting this whole thing about like the diamond in the vault. I feel like somebody else had something really similar. I can't remember which reading it was now, but they were talking about, and even like the golden egg, right? It's like this thing about, I don't know if it's like a literal diamond in a vault, like the diamond ring. If you look at like Aries' reading, I think someone else had this diamond. It's like maybe somebody's getting like an ancestral ring, you know, like the grandmother's ring, or, you know, something that legitimately they have a claim to. Like it could be, you know, part of their inheritance, but it's like in a safe, it's in a vault, and they have to go and get it. Or if it's metaphorical, I don't know. But, you know, when you start to see things across other readers, Nicholas Ashbar as well, he had this thing about waves in one of his readings. And I'm like, yeah, same, dude. It's like, it's crazy because you're like, you see these patterns and you're like, what is going on? Like, what do these things mean? It's like every reader is a piece of the puzzle. A bit like Aquarius had catchphrase. It's like when you put it all together, what's the big picture? Like everybody gets like a little piece. Okay. What's going on outside of Pisces, please? Outside of Pisces, what's Pisces dealing with? Angel of Strength. Again, like Leo energy. And you've got another 5, which is interesting. Anxiety. Could be nervous about something. You might have to, if you're speaking some kind of truth, you could be building up your confidence, right, before you do it. So looking for maybe like your angels, your guides, your, I don't know, God, whoever you feel is part of your spiritual support team. Like, the need to build up your confidence before you speak some kind of truth, you know, the strength to tell your truth, and there's a change in this as well. So it could be that speaking your truth prompts some sort of change, maybe in your situation, maybe in your relationship with other people, and it could also be speaking your truth gives other people strength, right? Sharing your stories, sharing your feelings openly gives strength to others around you. So do take it as it resonates. I'm hearing it's about time, because 5 and 5 make 10, which is completion. So I'm hearing it's about time, right? The mask comes off, you speak your truth. It's been a long time coming. Obviously, use your own intuition, your own knowledge of your own situation to know if there's truth that you need to speak. You will know it when it's the right time, okay? Whether that's seeing the signs from your own guides, you know, your own spiritual support, you know, how your guides communicate to you. Everybody has their own individual way of doing this, right? So what works for me, and, you know, if I see a certain creature, have you got the owl again? Yeah, you had an owl, didn't you? So owls could be really significant. They're showing me something specific, which I'm not going to say. Somebody could have an owl ornament. Sorry, get messages. So owls could mean something different to you than what an owl means to me. So it's like whatever your truth is, whatever your whatever the signs and symbols speak to you personally, whatever you connect with, trust that, right? Trust the inner guidance, not any kind of external guidance. And that includes this reading, okay? This is just giving you stuff to think about. It's not giving you like literal go out and speak your truth right now. It's like when you know it's the right time, when that window opens for you, when you have the opportunity to do so. So Pisces, did something flip then? Whoa, something flip then. Whoa. Yeah, or you are absolutely, so you feel like you're almost like on this side of the table. So that's kind of King of Wands energy. Oh, that's the whale again. Look, yeah, this is like, this is something deep. This is some big truth. Again, I'm hearing long time coming again. It's like something is coming up to the surface. Something is being revealed. And I feel like it's about something that you have felt incredibly magnetically drawn to, almost like hypnotically pulled towards. I don't know why I'm feeling like, I felt like I was the whale, but I was also a boat. Just in the movement of my body, it was like almost like the waves are pulling me, right? The waves are pulling me towards something, because it's like it's like it's luring me in, but not in a bad way. Again, feel like one of Awakening to Spirits readings had this. It was like this draw. And so because it's really magnetic, right? Because it's something, it could even be something you really, really, really want. Okay. Like that golden egg, that golden opportunity, like that win, that thing that you're like, that's my dream come true. That is my wish. They're showing me the star card. Like that, you know, it's like, it's almost too good to be true. And then that's why the fear sets in. That's why you kind of, you know, the deep stuff gets kind of stirred up by that, because it's like, because you want it so badly, it's like, you don't want to be disappointed if you don't get it, or you don't want to be disappointed if it goes wrong. So it's like almost like, oh, what is it? So it feels bad, right? It almost feels like the devil, because it's got such a hold on you, right? Because it's got its claws into you in a way, you know, because you're tied to it, it's like pulling you in. But I want to say it's not bad. It's because what it's doing, it feels like it's, and you could be doing this to somebody else as well. So flip it and reverse it. It's on your side, right? So I don't know who's who right now, but the truth is coming up. Like the whale is coming up. I'm getting gorillas. It's there. Ooh, it's coming up. It's coming up. Yeah. So something deep is coming up to the surface. Something deep and hidden coming up to the surface. The cobra also represents the penis. So could be something about sexy time. I don't know. Moving on. Pisces, why is the angel of strength here? What is the energy outside of Pisces, please? What's going on with the angel of strength? Whoa, that shot off the table. It's like interesting energy to your reading. The hyena in the reverse is like crocodile. There is something about like the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, right? Like, because the hyena is a very deceptive energy. It's Gemini energy. It's very, there's a lot of duality with it. It's not black and white, right? It's black and white. So what it's making me think of, how do I explain this? It's not necessarily bad, I want to say. There could be some fear of being tricked, right? There could be some fear of being, I feel like you're being asked to face some sort of fear. And again, it could be some kind of deep fear, right? It's something coming up to the surface. However, it's not necessarily bad, right? Everything has a nature. And so it's a lot of the time, if we don't understand its nature, that is a source of fear to us. Like the cobra, right? If we don't understand the cobra, it could be something that is deadly. It could be something that could hurt us. Right, the hyena is deception. The crocodile is something that's lurking and watching and waiting. Where I feel like, because the angel of strength is here, it's like you have to face these fears. Right, I'm hearing head on. Face these fears head on. Because the crocodile was like waiting for Capricorn to fail, actually, in our reading. And Libra had this message about, like, because they had the rabbit. The rabbit's like, what you think about, you bring about. So don't focus on the bad, focus on the good. So the hyena, what was running through my mind, and I didn't say it as part of your intuitive messages, but I kind of noted it as something that may come up in your reading. I kind of was watching a bit of this new YouTube channel last night about this guy. He's I don't know where he's from. He sounds like he might be from like Yorkshire or Wigan or something. He's saying, I can't remember the channel name, I'm sorry, but he's talking about like how his house is haunted, and I can't work out if it's genuine or if it's edited. It's often really hard to tell with kind of like ghost hunting type videos, but it's like he used to go out ghost hunting and he brought something back with him. So he does these videos of his room where you can see this, like sometimes you can see like white orbs, but sometimes you can see black orbs and like black mist and stuff, and he's kind of being terrorized by this kind of trickster spirit. And you know, I was watching this and thinking, how would I react if that was going on for me? And I think sometimes if you, again, with that idea of like what you think about, you bring about, what you manifest, what you open yourself up to starts to manifest. Again, with the messages that were coming through here with the moon, which can represent illusion or fear, and the page of cups, which is like something impossible becoming possible. Can you see like there's a fish in the cup? So talking generally about the things you're afraid of. So at one point this guy was sort of saying to this spirit, I want you to go, I want you to leave, but then he carried on asking it questions. So there was this almost like lack of authority or indecisiveness on his part, where part of him really wants this thing to go and leave him alone so he can have a good night's sleep, but then at the same time he was open to it. Now when I was I grew up in a pub and it was very haunted. Like a lot of people had experiences there, like Roman soldiers in the girls' toilets. A guy, my granny was in the kitchen one day and this guy came into the kitchen, this old man, and she was like, oh hi, just leave your pots there, thinking he was returning the pots to the kitchen. And she looked again and he just wasn't there. He just vanished. And all sorts of different stories, like things being moved. At one point I had something thrown at me. And there was a specific room that had a really strange energy to it. I always felt like there was a black presence looking out the window in it. And I used to hate having to like pass that room to go to the bathroom. Like, so I remember sitting there and saying, I don't want to see you. I don't want you to bother me. And I really meant it, right? I was like, I'm having nothing to do with you. And it's like, I refused to even think about it. I refused to even entertain the idea of this negativity. And I was left alone, right? So it's like, but if you're constantly watching out for it, you're giving it energy, right? By giving it attention, you're giving it energy. And it's like, then it can start to manifest. So, blinker yourself to something if you feel like, blinker yourself to the bad things. But then also understanding, so I was watching this, him having this conversation with this spirit over like the Alexa, and I was saying, I know that energy, right? Because I've dealt with that energy before. It feels like a child to me, or a teenager, right? Or a prankster, because the hyena is a prankster. I was like, it feels like it's just having fun. It feels like it's just playing with him. Because if you imagine ghosts are just people, right? And especially like where I live, like I live in Manchester in the UK, like people will pull pranks on each other. And if you imagine like passing over and being like, oh, I'm going to wind him up a bit here. I'm going to pull his chain a little bit here. I'm going to tease him. I'm going to like I'm going to have a laugh with this, you know? Just knowing human nature, just understanding what people are like, it takes a lot of the scariness out of it. I think personally, I was like, it's just having a laugh with him. It's just playing with him. You know, it felt young to me. So Don't manifest your fears by thinking about them. Look the other way, look towards the light, invite more light in, and that will naturally protect you. You've got an angel of strength here outside of you. I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't know. Truth be told, in Cobra. Oh, they told you, tulips. Oh, and the swans again. That's twice now that you've had the swans. This came through for Capricorn. It didn't actually come out in Capricorn's reading, but I saw it in the pre-shuffle, and it came through in an Elvis song, which was Love Letter Straight from the Heart. So I don't know if you're getting some kind of like show of affection. It doesn't have to be romantic love, although the swans here indicate it could be. And then there's deception. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, go and watch Capricorn's reading. I don't know if it was self-deception or trying to be something that they weren't, you know, like trying to be what the other person wanted them to be, because this is slightly deceptive energy here. Again, this is like a waiting energy. But you're saying truth be told, right? The mask is off, the truth is being told. And it seems like the truth is that there are romantic feelings. Like this could be what's being hidden. Because there was some... Again, it's like, I don't know if somebody's opening their heart. I don't know if somebody's saying how they feel and they're not being believed, right? Somebody's thinking, is this a trick? And this can happen with, oh, Pisces, bless you. And I mean, you're not all going to be like this. Again, look at like your Mercury placement for how truthful you're going to be as like an individual. But Pisces energy itself not only is, it's deceptive and it's self-deceptive because it's illusionary, right? It's this fantasy world. So I can go to my son and say, have you brushed your teeth? And he'll go, yeah. Because he wants to have brushed his teeth. Because he thinks if I say, yeah, I've brushed my teeth, then that is like manifesting the reality where he's brushed his teeth, but he hasn't, right? And so I'll have to actually like find the evidence, like go and find his toothbrush and be like, it's dry, you've not brushed your teeth, for him to go, okay, I'll brush my teeth. So it's like, because, and it's not that he's lying, it's that he's speaking the truth that he wants to be real, right? He in his Pisces brain, if he says he's brushed his teeth, he brushed his teeth. So there's this thing about wanting something to be true. So there's a difference between the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and what you want to be the truth. And it's like, if you want to be in love, like with that Pisces knight in shining armor energy of like, I want to be in this kind of like fairy tale romance where, you know, I'm the hero or I'm the princess, and it's like this whole fantasy story of this like chivalrous romance adventure. It's like, it's beautiful, it's a beautiful fantasy, and you can manifest that if that's what you really want authentically. But there's nothing wrong with living in that fantasy if the fantasy is your truth. But is someone else... See, the hyena in the reverse is telling me it's either low vibrational hyena, right? The hyena in the upright is like the jokester, the trickster. They are a bit of a shifty character. They are a little bit like, I'll be one thing today and then one thing tomorrow. Again, it's Gemini energy. But the thing with Gemini energy is it's, yes, there'll be one thing today and one thing tomorrow. They're giving me a song, which I'll come to in a minute. But it's not that either is inauthentic. It's just two sides of the self, right? So they're giving me the song, I'm a bitch, I'm a mother, I'm a child, I'm a lover, I'm a sinner, I'm a saint, I do not feel ashamed. So it's the incorporation of the shadow, the incorporation of the whole. So it's not a negative card, and it's actually a lot of fun. In the reverse, it could be low vibrational behavior where somebody is not, you know, they're still wearing the mask, they're still deceiving themselves, they're still trying to be something that they're not, rather than accepting all the things that they are and incorporating them as a whole. You've got a bit of a tricky reading. You do feel like somebody's displaying affection, giving someone flowers, writing someone a love song, you know, I'm obsessed with you. Something like that. What's the Angel of Strength? Why, like, Angel of Strength, hyena in reverse. The mice. And the lovers. The mice are the niggle. Very Virgo energy. The mice are when it could be you getting in your own head, right? The niggly things, like too much attention to detail. This guy back here makes me laugh. Look at him. He's funny. You know, something that's nibbling away at your resources. So it's either something that you need to pay more attention to because you've overlooked this and it's gnawing away at you, right? Or it's eroding your resources in some sort of way. So it's something that's bothering you. It feels like something that's bothering you. And what's the Strength? And then you've got the Lover's card. It's like, it feels like something that's eating away at you, nagging away at you. But it doesn't feel bad. It's the strangest energy. And it's another 5, right? 2 and 3 makes 5. I mean, the cobra watches the mouse, right? Like the cobra basically wants to eat the mouse. Poor mice. I hate when then mice come out negatively in a reading because I'm like, team mice. Like the cobra, it's like the cobra knows exactly what the mice are up to, right? The mice think they're having a great time, they're getting away with it. You know, it could be like your friends come over or like family come to stay and they're just like eating all your... It's making me think of like me being in work and like just randomly eating cheese throughout the whole day. It's like just randomly eating as I'm making food. Like I wash my hands all the time, by the way, it's fine. But nibbling away at the resources, right? Just having a great time, just doing what they do, not seeing a problem with it. Like watching, keeping an eye on them. Getting a bit suspicious of my Pisces friend now. Okay. What do you feel like? You're feeling steampunky to me today. What's going on in Pisces' heart space? Pisces' emotions. You're healing from something. It's taking some time, but you are healing from it. Right? You are going to get up. You are going to fight again. But there is a sense of like the right time. And the right time to speak your truth as well. He's got hold of that sword there. Swords indicate communication. So like recovering from something emotional. But I feel like whatever it is, it's like whatever's hurt you has also opened you up, right? It's like sometimes you have to, because it's like the swords in the heart, right? It's like sometimes you have to feel the pain to release the pain. Does that make any sense? It's like sometimes you have to be hurt to find some truth about yourself. What's going on in your head? What's going on in your thoughts? There's that decision. What do I do? Yes or no? Left or right? Trust your intuition, High Priestess. I've got a decision to make. What decision am I going to make here? Almost feels like you already know what decision you're going to make. It's like it's already decided, right? It's already manifesting. The universe is already taking you that way. Not because you don't have a choice, because you're being shown that you do have a choice. But it's like, again, this idea of like deluding yourself in some way where you already know what you're going to do. The choice is already made, right? And when the opportunity arises, it's going to be obvious. Emperor. Action space, please, for Pisces. Action space for Pisces. Truth. You're going to speak your truth. You're going to speak your truth and you're going to know when the time is right. And you're going to be clear. It's going to just be like, here's my truth. There you go. You already know that you're going to do this. Yeah. Wheel of Fortune. Aquarius had the Wheel of Fortune twice. What am I going to go with over here? Gilded Tarot. Hang on, I need to ask what deck to use. Give me a second. Yeah. So they're showing me 2 cards. So I've seen the Lovers card from this deck and the King of Wands from that deck. So I didn't know for sure which deck to use. It felt like a bit of a pull bit. Again, this thing between the two. Emotionally. Queen of Wands and the Empress. Oh my God. It's like the Empress and the King of Wands. Now we've got the Empress and the Queen of Wands. Yeah, no, it's like whatever you're... See, again, it feels like the table side is flipped. So you know how the golden egg was over here with the Empress and the King of Wands, and then this energy over here, which was the hummingbird that was just trying to get over. Now it's like, now this is coming through more like the hummingbird, like absolutely transfixed, right? Absolutely drawn in magnetically by whatever this is. And it feels like a person. So it's Leo energy, Leo Sagittarius, Taurus, Libra. This is somebody who has got it going on. It could very well be feminine, but it doesn't have to be. So the Empress is all 4 queens of the tarot. So she is Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. So all the things that, all the wonderful things that those queens represent. But she decides, you know, again, this thing about which aspect of myself am I going to show at any one time. Could look like this as well, just noticing they've got very similar hair. So it's like, at the moment, this person could be in Queen of Wands energy, which says that she's very, very magnetic, right? Very confident, knows what she wants, stands in her power, manifests from a very resourceful and enthusiastic and passionate place. This is the sort of person who goes after what they want, right? They're quite clear about what they want. They know what feels good to them, right? It's like, this feels good. This is where I want to be. Very Sagittarius. Again, Sagittarius is an energy of like, this feels right. This doesn't feel right. If it doesn't feel right, they want to get out of there. If it does feel right, they want to do more of it. Actually, really quite simple. I always say my Sagittarius Mars placement is like squirrel brain. It's like, oh, I want to do that. So yeah, absolutely. Like full control over a situation, powerful, magnetic leadership, absolutely like luring you in, right? Not in a bad way, in a way where they're just doing their own thing. And it's like, you want to be part of that. Coming through with the angel of strength, I want to say, very, it's not Leo to me necessarily, but coming through like that Leo energy of, you know, maybe having a lot of eyes on them. You know, they could be in the spotlight in some sort of way. They're very, very confident, very strong. They know who they are. They're not afraid to show people who they are. If they're not conventionally attractive, they make the most of themselves. Like they look after themselves, they nurture themselves, they take care of their appearance. Probably wear nice clothes. So again, with this thing about the hyena and the multifacetedness. So the multifacetedness of the Empress is that she can be in any of the energies, right? She can be in full Empress energy. She can show the facet of the Queen of Wands. She can, a different day, she may need to be the Queen of Swords and put those boundaries up and kind of like express herself and be quite analytical. On another day, she might be the Queen of Pentacles where, you know, she's gathering the resources, she's putting the resources together, the time and effort going into that and all that kind of thing. So absolutely, it's completely obvious why, it's completely obvious. The truth is completely obvious, Pisces, I want to say. If you are, again, this doesn't have to be a woman. I don't know how you identify. I don't know how this person identifies. It's just coming through as the feminine aspect of all of us. But, I mean, I would say this is more feminine, this is more masculine. I don't know if that helps you decide which side of the table you're on, but it's kind of like, think about like, of course you're attracted to this person, right? Everybody's attracted to this person. Like, why would you hide it? It's obvious, right? It's like you blush when this person's around, or, you know, like, you know, you can't take your eyes off them because they're gorgeous, right? It's like, of course you want to look at them because they're attractive. It's like, it's not rocket science, right? Of course you feel a bit sexy when they're around because they bring that out of you. They bring it out of everybody, right? Everybody feels that way. It's the Empress and the Queen of Wands. So it does have that feeling of like, it's obvious. Sometimes it's that feeling of like when you've got a crush on someone, it's like the most awful thing. When you've got a crush on someone, it's like, oh my God, I've got a crush on them. I really, really like them. Like, and that thing again about like, oh my God, it's like they're everything I could have ever wanted. I don't know. I feel really awkward. I don't know how to behave around them. What if they find out? What if they know I like them? Like, and it becomes this big thing where if you watch how confident people behave, right? People who are really secure in themselves, and you know, the Queen of Wands, very expressive. If she finds you attractive, she's not going to hide it, right? And that's part of her confidence and charm. She'll be like, oh, you're really hot, you look great today, you know, like, but it doesn't mean it has to be anything. So it's like almost like it's easier to be in that free flowing energy of like, they're so hot, like, you look great today, like, you know, and being able to just be honest with that. It's much easier. It doesn't mean it has to be anything, right? Just accept it for what it is. Like the worst thing for me is like if I think somebody thinks I like them and I don't like them, like that makes me awkward then. Because if I like somebody and I'm like, oh, you know, I'll normally tell them, I'll normally be like, you know, you look really good, I like that top, you know, whatever. You know, whether I like them, you know, I'm normally just whatever I think I say, which is very Sagittarius. And it's easy, right? Where if I think someone thinks I like them and it gets awkward, that's awful, because then I feel awkward and then I blush and then people think I like them more and I'm like, I don't necessarily like you more, I'm just really awkward in this situation. Like the situation's making me blush, the situation's awkward, where it's like, I don't know, maybe it's like shame. Like, why would you feel shame about being attracted to an attractive person? It's like, you know, if everybody likes Brad Pitt, you know, to think about like the 90s, if everybody was attracted to Brad Pitt, like, why would you be like, I'm not attracted to Brad Pitt? It's like, everybody is, you know, it's like the heart. Why wouldn't you, like, why would you feel shame over that? I don't know, it's a weird thing. Shame, shame, you know your name. Maybe check out your Lilith placement. So what's going on in the thoughts of this person? I mean, that's in their emotions. Emotionally, they're like, I know I'm hot. Or they could think you're like that again. Like, if you're coming through with Emperor energy, they're like, or whatever, they're coming through with like, oh my God, they're my person. Like, they're so hot. Like, I'm so attracted to them. Like, they get me fired up. They make me feel really confident. You could make this person feel that way. You could make that person feel super confident and attractive because of the attention that you're giving them. Like, you make them feel like the Empress. Thoughts of this person. They want to put some effort into something. They want to put some time. There's a mouse again. I wonder how to use this deck. They want to put some time and effort into something. They want to perfect something. They want to help you, I want to say. Wounded Warrior. So, I don't know if you work with them, like, it's like persevering with something, like not giving up on something, not giving up until you get something perfect. It's making me think of the Aquarius reading with all the puzzle pieces, like perfecting all the puzzle pieces, right? So it's almost like these pieces you're kind of done working on, but this puzzle piece has to be perfect. So this could be like completed projects, or this is like, you know, the latest project or the last project. And then this little mouse feels like a little advisor, but at the same time it's like niggling. I don't know if it's like niggling doubts. Like, again, it's coming through with that Virgo energy of like something in your head, right? Is this good enough? Is this perfect? Can I improve this anymore? And that's in their head, right? And then the spider web. The spider web's a safety net. So why does it feel like the mouse is helping you, but at the same time kind of gnawing away at your safety net? Probably because it is helping you. It's helping you because this is the angel of strength, right, and confidence. So it's something like, again, it's got that energy of like facing your fears, right? It's like, can you do it without the safety net? Like, you've done it so many times, right? You've done it so many times. You've proven yourself over and over again. You're not going to fall. So now is the time to do it without the safety net. Now it's time to take the stabilizers off, right? Because it's almost like the safety net is becoming like a crutch in some sort of way. Okay. Again, it's coming through this feeling of like, are they friend or foe? Are they helping me or hindering me? Because it's that kind of energy of somebody who's, it's like they're both, right? They are helping you, but at the same time, the way that they're helping you, it feels Virgo, like the way a Virgo will criticize you because they want you to be perfect, right? They're trying to help you by removing your safety net or removing your stabilizers. You have to have more confidence in your own ability to do that thing that you've been doing over and over again and perfecting. It's like, you know how to do this. You've got this, right? So let's take the stabilizers off. Page of Swords, and then they're watching you. Watching, waiting, gathering information. Not necessarily communicating. There's a sense of holding back. Holding back, watching and waiting. Which is very interesting because it could be somebody in your community in some sort of way, like friendship group or something. It's got this energy of like, because if it was the other way around, right, if it was like they're showing up like this in the action space, physically they're showing up like this, absolutely gorgeous, confident, knowing what they're doing, but emotionally they felt like a page, right? Emotionally they felt unsure, like they needed more information. Like, this is not a confident energy. So that would be somebody who's kind of like faking it till they make it. This is almost the opposite way around of, they are very self-assured, like emotionally, like very confident. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They've got it going on, right? They've got a handle on things. But they're showing up as naive, insecure, needing more information. Which could be confusing you in some sort of way. And it could be why you're watching them. Because it's almost like you see this. You see that they're capable. It could be that their own, like, emotionally they know they can do this, but like they get in their own head. I mean, same, same girl. Air sign energy, like Virgo air signs, is like their own nagging doubts, right? When they, their own fears, when they get in their own head about things, it makes them show up in a way where they don't appear as confident as they actually are, or as capable as they actually are. They show up saying, I need more information, because it's like imposter syndrome, like they've got in their own head. Give me a card on the hyena in reverse. Clarify the hyena in reverse, because that's what's confusing me. Again, it's like this person's confusing you. That's, yeah, Four of Swords energy. So didn't you have that up here? Yeah. Patience. Again, this thing about time. I don't know if you felt like a bit betrayed by this person in some sort of way, or they've been deceptive about their own heartache and their recovery process. The deception here, the kind of two-facedness, is something that maybe you're both healing from, or it's what's causing you to heal. I don't know. Let's go. Let's believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Advice for anyone resonating with this reading: be at home. Be at home. Dream the world into being. Exactly. The illusion becoming the reality, right? Time to let go. Time to let go of whatever hurt you. The miracles are endless, and use your mind wisely. Okay, be at home is the card that came out for you. I'm going to get some songs on camera for you as well. There's something about the songs. So, burrowing deep into the ground, remaining safe and sound, and well fed with family is a special trait of the wombat. Home sweet home is always available to you. If you recognize that well-being is the truth of life, Wombat Spirit reminds you that to be truly at home in the world, you first need to find the comfort within your own skin. You can do this by accepting all your experiences without judgment. Again, that's kind of the energy that was coming through here. It's like whatever's hurt you, by breaking you open is actually, like, the recovery is actually teaching you about yourself or bringing you into your own strength and confidence. It's like breaking down some kind of, it's like breaking down some kind of conditioned thinking about something that caused you pain. So rethinking it, like, what's the word? Like reframing something. Breaking it down and reframing it is causing you to heal from it in a way where you're healing stronger, because it's like the process of overcoming it, or the process of I'm surprised that the hangman isn't here. Like, seeing something from another angle is almost bringing you to some kind of truth or clarity. Okay, sorry. You do this by accepting all your experience without judgment, through a deep honesty and love of life. When you feel the freedom to be yourself, what did I say? You can begin to feel truly at home in your life with your family and tribe. Right now, you're in a beautiful place where you can hang up the coat of your identity and settle into a true sense of home and well-being, understanding that all is well. Everything you do from this place rings true in harmony with spirit. Again, going back to that thing about the Pisces self-delusion thing of like, sometimes a trait of Pisces, especially Pisces in relationships. So check out like your Venus and Mercury signs again. Something that Pisces can do when they're in a relationship, when they really have somebody up on a pedestal, when they really love somebody, is they can almost, because they want to be, say that person that Pisces is really attracted to, so the partner, you know, the person that they want to date, somebody that they just have up on a pedestal, it's like they want to become what that person wants them to be. So if that person had like a list of like, I want somebody who's passionate, I want somebody who's going to write me love letters, I want somebody who's going to sing to me, it's like all of a sudden Pisces is like, that's who I am. I'm this passionate romantic person who writes love poetry and sings, and you know, it's like they convince themselves that they're what that other person wants them to be. But it's like they want to be that thing so badly that they convince themselves that that's who they are, where they don't even realize they're doing it. Like they're just living in this fantasy world of where they're, you know, this other person's idea of the perfect person, which is self-sacrificing in a way. And it's what makes Pisces as a sign often mistreated in relationships, or walked all over, or self-sacrificing in relationships, because they just so badly want to be, you know, the hero for that person that they love. And it's a beautiful part of Pisces energy, but it's not in your best interest, and it's not authentic. Sometimes it can be. Sometimes it's like you can live in this beautiful fantasy as though it's your reality, and if both partners are engaging with it in a high vibrational way, it's this fantasy, gorgeous romance that's really not experienced by many people. I'm getting that full head to toe tingly sensation again. But if you're with a more manipulative sign or somebody lower vibrational, they're going to take advantage of that, right? And they could even, like, you see it about, like, especially like Pisces actresses. You can see how Pisces actresses, when they're in a relationship, is like, you know, if the partner wants them to get a boob job, they'll get a boob job. If the partner wants them to dye their hair blonde, they'll dye their hair blonde, right? It's this pleasing, like, not even like they're trying to please them, but it's like, I want to be everything that they ever wanted me to be. So again, you could be on this side of the table. It's like, I want to be perfect. I am perfect because, you know, this person loves me, therefore I'm everything that they want me to be. So, and sometimes, you know, again, you can see it again in like celebrity Pisces, like when that person breaks up with them, or when their heart is broken and they go away and they recover, they come back stronger, almost in that Queen of Swords energy, where they recognize, right? They recognize what they did. They recognize what their truth actually is, who they actually are as a person. And they stop trying to people please. Libras are very people pleasy, and Virgo as well, very people pleasy energies. So, and then you start to figure out what you want, and then you start to take control. And so you see the high vibrational Pisces, especially high vibrational Pisces women, like they come out like through the heartbreak and through the pain much stronger, and they tend to like look after the other people as well. Like they tend to be like really you know, the friend that you want to talk to if you're having trouble in your relationship, because they understand. So this feels like getting to your truth about what makes you passionate, about what you really want. Like when you take the mask off, when you stop trying to people please, when you stop trying to be what that other person wants you to be, what is your truth? And again, I'm seeing a tie in with Capricorn's reading because like I was kind of disappointed at the end of their reading, and I felt really guilty about saying that because you don't want to tell people I'm actually disappointed in you. Like, because it's like I felt really bad about it, but it's like maybe somebody needed to hear it, right? So I left it in. It hasn't gone up yet. I'm recording this on Wednesday. Capricorn's reading goes up tomorrow, and it's one of those readings that I'm like, oh my god, I don't want people to hear me say I'm disappointed in you, because my voice went funny then because I kind of like pressed against my throat. Because like you don't want to say that, right? You don't want to say that, and it's like I don't want to like damage anyone through saying that. So it's this horrible like indecision about, do I let that reading go up? Do I edit it? I'm letting it go up because again, like I feel like spirit knows what needs to be said. And the faith in that. But it's like Capricorn's reading had this thing about like them showing up as the man with a heart on the sleeve, right? And the romantic man, that Casanova, thinking that that's what somebody wanted, I want to say. But it came through beautifully at first, and then as the reading progressed, I was like, there's something not right here. There's something deceptive, right? And then after the reading, I think I talked about it in Aquarius's reading, the man with the coin fell out with all the same cards, and it was like that feels more authentic for Capricorn because it's a practical love, right? So there was something about how you show up in relationships, and again, I don't know if you're dealing with a Capricorn or if you've got Capricorn placement. Maybe you've got like Capricorn Venus placement or something. But it was like, so I'm just trying to, it's like trying to get to grips with reading myself. It's like, even like, who had Teenage Dirtbag? I feel like that was Aquarius. Like, thinking that somebody wants a certain thing, like they're the cheerleader, so clearly they must want the jock, right? They must be attracted to the jock. But then it's like the cheerleader's like, I'm a teenage dirtbag too, like, and I'm kind of like you want to go to this concert together. So it's like something about a lesson being learned about being authentic, so that the people who are right for you can truly find you and truly love you for who you are unconditionally, right? Without the masks. Because if you try and be what that other person, if you try and be what you think that other person wants you to be, and who knows, they may be joking, right? They may have said, I want somebody who has, I don't know, black hair, I want somebody who wears a cape. Like, that's my weird Batman thing. Maybe that person's going to dye their hair black and get a cape, right? But maybe this person was joking. So it's like that may not be actually what they really want. And maybe they were really liking you when you were being truthful, but then you put on this act and it's like they can't trust you because they can see that it's not authentic. It's like, who even are you? I don't know. So that seems to be a big lesson in this reading, I think. Okay. It's difficult if you're dealing with like a Gemini or like a very shifting sign. It's like, again, that kind of bitch, I'm a lover, I'm a child, I'm a mother. It's like, they're all the things, right? It's like, I'm like that sometimes as well. Like, I'm the biggest adult child, but I am also a mother. So sometimes Georgia parents me and I parent her. It's like, we can switch roles, and that's fine. It's part of the whole, right? It's part of the ability of being a multifaceted person. I don't know. I'm going to leave it there. Okay, so I want something. What needs to be heard? Can Pisces get a clarifying song, please? Can we get big clarifying message for Pisces? I got an advert, but it was Go to Town by Doja Cat. So I don't know, maybe you're telling somebody what you're into or what you're not into, right? Go to town, go downtown, Pisces. I don't know, maybe you're telling somebody what you like and what you don't like. Do we want to get too personal? Do we want to overshare? I don't like it. I don't like it. I just doesn't feel that great to me. I don't really want that. Yeah, I don't know. Just because like I dance around singing Go to Town by Doja Cat doesn't mean I actually want somebody to do it. Do you know? And that's what I'm kind of talking about. It's like, you don't really know what somebody does or doesn't want. So don't try and over please somebody. Just ask them for the truth. What do you want? What do you like? Do you like me? Do you not? You know, I don't know. I'm gonna leave it there. Do take care of yourself. It's an hour and 10 minutes. Hope it was worth waiting for, Pisces. And yeah, I'll see you again soon. Bye, friends.